Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our God is one Lord. All praises to the Most High and Yahweh only.
Shalom, Barakatah. This is High Priest called Halal of the Law, also known as Kelvin Israel, and I'm giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh Ka, Yahweh alone, Yahweh only. All right? And we're here with this video reaction, and I'm going to be giving my opinion on the Sicarii leadership breakup. If y'all didn't know, the deacon has parted ways with Guerrilla Hebrew. He has left Sicarii and started his own camp called Genesis. In Guerrilla Hebrew, he's feeling some type of way about that. And he done sent some shots at Deacon. Shots fired. Right? So we're going to be getting off into this situation. We're going to be judging the situation and seeing who's right and who's wrong. Alright? Shots fired. Let's get off into this.
Titty and go out there. You're going to let go the titty and go out there and try to build your own. Why is that so important to you about the loyalty to the commanding general Yohana? And you will not leave this group and, talk unless he sends you out. I need you over there and go build that.
I'll be talking to Genesis or something like that. That's where this all starts from. This has nothing to do with nothing. It has everything to do with the fact that Captain Nazariak epitomized this loyalty with him. That's where this is not from a sincere place of he wants to debate the new covenant. And anybody who allowed anybody to think that has been deceived. Right? Point blank period. Let me tell y'all. Hold on. Oh, got you. Water brew. Let me give y'all the background here because y'all don't know. Because there's things that are going on or that have happened that are not being told to you. I got you. Don't worry about it. Let me take y'all on a trip down memory lane. Deacon, I'm a partner at CZYN, right? I'm a part of the initial investors at CZYN. So we have a content deal with Deacon. We had a content deal with Deacon. And during that time, Deacon wants to, think about different ways to get more people to CZYN to help grow the business. Which is what you should do when you enter into business partnerships. So he comes up with, man, we need a debate. Who we need you? And then he's like, well, who's the biggest person we can have you debate? So he conceptualizes me debating Captain Nazariak, right? So now we're going back and forth on, well, what are the disagreements in doctrine? He came up with New Covenant. He wanted to put the financial backing up to do it. So we had a conversation with Captain Nazariak, and Captain Nazariak can attest to this, as well as Corey from Tabernacle of David can attest to this, right? So we have witnesses here. And what happened was Captain Nazariak went to his generals. His generals turned the debate down. That was it. No problem. So when Deacon gets hit with this statement that Nazariak makes about starting Genesis, he personally called him out. Now, we disagree with ISU BK on other topics. He could have said the mark of the East. He could have said the Sabbath, right? He could have said those things. He didn't. He purposely said the New Covenant because he already knows the generals already instructed him not to do the debate. So there was not an actual sincere want to do this so the nation could know whether we in the New Covenant or not. And this is why I left it alone, because I didn't want to have to say what I'm saying right now.
All right, man. So if this is why Deacon left Sicarii, then I guess we can all understand that, because Guerrilla Hebrew is being a talebearer, right? He's telling his business. He's been known for telling his personal business. There's a rumor. It's a rumor out there, and I'm going to say it again. It's a rumor out there on Deacon, and it's a video that's been made, and It's basically saying that Gorilla Hebrew told Deacon's business to his wife, and Gorilla Hebrew's wife told Deacon's business to some other people, and Deacon's business got out there. And now he's embarrassed, humiliated, amongst the whole community and all of that, right? And this must have continued to happen and have been happening, because why else would he leave the group? I don't see any other reason why he would leave the group. He's saying, yo, it's all love. I still love those brothers. There's no difference in doctrine. The only thing that I can see is that Gorilla Hebrew is being a talebearer, right? And we're here at Proverbs 20, verse 19. He that goeth about as a talebearer revealeth secrets. Therefore, meddle not with him that flattereth with his lips. All right? So you don't want to be in cahoots with no talebearer, man. And that's probably why Deacon's response to this video right here was really tiptoed, because he knows that Gorilla Hebrew has a nuke on him. And he knows he's a talebearer, and he don't want him to drop that nuke, because they've been friends for over 10 years. Gorilla Hebrew more than likely got something in his personal life. He got some information. He got some dirt on Deacon. And Deacon like, nah, I know he's a talebearer. This is what he does, man. He's going to go and tell my business. And I'm just trying to avoid that. So Deacon's response to this was super subliminal. He's being super careful, I don't understand why you left your brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't because he's a talebearer. Because y'all teach the same thing. It's not like you left Sicarii because the Most High God led you into the full truth to know that it's him and only him and to serve him only, right? And now you're Yahweh only. Nah, it ain't that. You left, started Genesis, just to teach the same thing that you was teaching over at Sicarii. It's the same doctrine. There's no disagreement in doctrine or anything. So why would you leave your brothers? I believe it's because, he was telling his business and he got fed up. Gorilla Hebrew was telling Deacon's business and he got fed up. And it's like, okay, yeah, these are my brothers too over here, man, but you're like my best friend, brother. And when I let you know something, man, it's just between us. And Gorilla Hebrew probably don't understand that. He probably like, man, we are brothers. They ain't gonna say nothing. Don't worry about it. But hey, look, there is a difference. He didn't tell those people. If I tell you, this is between me and you, and I don't gotta always tell you that this is between me and you. You should already know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? When I'm telling you something, don't go telling everybody else, man. Because if I wanted everybody else to know, I would have told them. I would have told them my business myself. You know what I'm saying? But this is what Gorilla Hebrew does. He's a talebearer.
We parted our ways. I wanted to totally leave the situation alone, let them do them while we do us. That's all I've been doing, right? But it is what it is now. We're here. So there was not I want to debate Tazariak on the thing. Hey, he already turned down that topic. We're going to call him out on that topic. Now, of course, Deacon is confident and well-versed and studied on that topic. So if he had peradventure accepted it, he would love to take the opportunity to debate him on the doctrine. But the real goal was, I'm going to make it look like he's running from me. Yeah. And if I'm lying, this is literally what he said to start a job in our school. So I know what his intentions were, because I know this man. Up until 90 days ago, I would call that man my best friend, right? So I know him, and I know what he's doing. I know what he did. That's why I stayed out of it. Because everybody got caught up in the hype and they missed the point. The point is the man deflected from a very hearty critique on his brotherhood and his loyalty. That's what happened. Nothing else happened. That right there. Now, here's what I want to hip the whole nation to, though. Knowing breakdowns isn't going to get you saved. Brotherhood is. Right. You hear what I'm saying to you? Knowing breakdowns isn't going to get you saved. Brotherhood is. But all that was fine. I ain't say nothing about it. But then something was brought to my attention that I just couldn't believe. And I absolutely had to say something about. Right? So we're going to go here. We're going to get some scriptures here. Matter of fact, actually, before we even go here, Salakia, let's get the Bible. Let's get John 13 and 34 to 35.
And that's the Christian Bible, originally written in Greek. That's the Greek Bible.
Like Sis said, this is why people got to know how to hush and kick back. Because everybody made it look like or felt like, oh, Tazariak's ducking. No. There is a greater principle at play here that has nothing to do with what covenant people believe we're in. And that was the point of what Tazariak said. What nothing else the point other than this guy just did some disloyal stuff in front of the whole world. That's what the point was. Did he come and defend the fact that he's loyal? Yeah. No. That happened, right? Okay, cool. No. He totally changed the subject. Well, let's debate the new covenant then. Come on, bro. Y'all wasn't paying attention to what was going on. That's what happened, though. Right? Let's read the Bible. John 13, 34 to 35.
John chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another.
Read on.
As I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
So that's a new commandment, adding to the commandments. That's against the commandments. Deuteronomy 4 and 2. You're not supposed to add to the law, So that's against the commandments. And to love like JC is to sacrifice yourself for your brothers, to die for your brothers, right? Because he say there is no greater love than to lay down your life for one another, right? And we all know that the Most High God hates human sacrifice. That's Deuteronomy 12, verse 31. Let's go on.
All right. By this shall all men know that.
Hold on. Salakia, here's Captain Tazama, another witness. So I got two witnesses to his motivation for calling Tazariak out. It wasn't so the nation can get edified on the new covenant. It was to try to make him look bad because he was mad that he just made him look bad. That's all it was about. Wasn't a sincere motive there, right? So I say all that to say, hey guys, your breakdowns aren't going to get you saved. This is a message to all the Israelites. I be wrong, you can wrong. We can know what we talking about on a breakdown. But what we are going to be saved by, what our salvation is predicated upon, is brotherhood. And that's what Captain Tazariak was calling Deacon out about. And that is far more important than what covenant we're in, according to the, let's break it down. Because at the end of the day, when Yahushua come, he going to set everybody straight on that. But he's going to judge everybody on the type of brother that they are.
That's a lie, right? Your salvation is not based on brotherhood. If you can't break down in the Tanakh that you're supposed to be returning to the Most High God, Yahweh, alone, keeping his law, statutes, and commandments, if you can't break that down, you're not going to be saved, because that's what you're going to be saved by. Returning to the Most High God, keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. Returning to him alone. Keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. It's not about brotherhood. You're not going to be saved on brotherhood. And that's Jeremiah 9, verse 4. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother. For every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders. And they will deceive every one his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongues to speak lies and weary themselves to commit iniquity. So, your salvation is not based on brotherhood. Let's go and get what your salvation is based on, man. Returning to the Most High God, Yahweh alone. Alright. This is Deuteronomy 30. Let's get it. Deuteronomy 30, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether Yahweh thy God has driven thee. That's the time we're in now. We're calling it to mind, the curses. We are relating ourselves to the curses in Deuteronomy 28, Leviticus 26. We are remembering ourselves in the land of our captivity, right? Verse 2, and shall return unto Yahweh thy God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then Yahweh thy God will turn thy captivity. Yahweh will do it, not idle shy. That then Yahweh thy God will turn thy captivity. You know what that means? That means bring you into salvation. That's what your salvation is based upon. Getting up in these scriptures and seeing that you're supposed to return to the Most High God, Yahweh alone, keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. Then he will turn your captivity. Then he will save you. Right? That then Yahweh thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations where the Yahweh thy God has scattered thee. Confirmed.
He's going to judge. So he deviated from what was far more important to pull the wool over y'all eyes. And that's why I had to be quiet during this time, because it was so ridiculous to me. And I'm watching y'all eat this up going, y'all ain't paying attention to what's going on. This has nothing to do with the new covenant and everything to do with somebody calling somebody else out for a lack of brotherhood. That's all that was, right? Let me give y'all some context. Let's go all the way back to 2012. In 2012, Deacon got kicked out of damn near every GMS camp on the West Coast. I'm the only one that took him in. Every leader from them camps called me, said, don't take him in. Leave him for dead. I still took him in. When we got kicked out, I only got kicked out because of my association with him. I still didn't feel no way. I still rode with him. So when we talk about brotherhood and how important brotherhood is, I've been nothing but a brother. That's what I've been. And he's mad that somebody highlighted the fact that he wasn't, so he deviated and made this into a circus. That's what he made this to, and didn't even have the heart to call into the show like Tazariak told him to. Let Hassad do it, who did a fantastic job, might I add. But that's what happened. Now, this is what really grinded my gears about this whole situation, right? Let me show y'all this. This really killed me when this was brought out to me, right? When I was made aware that this happened, right?
Remember, I said if you don't want to battle me, I will have Hassad debate you and Captain Atazah. They talk all this brotherhood. Oh, we're so loyal, and we have so much brotherhood in the ISUPK, right? But Captain Atazah sat right next to you while he let Hassad completely beat the brakes off you. Where's the brotherhood and loyalty in that?
Well, you disappeared on the block in downtown Seattle where a nigga emptied the clip on me because I intervened in the situation that got physical that you were just in.
Oh, that's a bomb. But at the same time, it's like these Christian lights expect for their brothers to be like JC and to die for him. You know, what you wanted him to do, man? You wanted him to jump in front of a bullet for you? To lay down his life for you? That's that new commandment. That's that new commandment that JC gave, right? I mean, what do you want him to do? Everybody know if you ain't got no pistol, someone start busting shots, what you gonna do? Just stand there and get hit? You supposed to get up out of there. But believing in this New Testament, he wanted you to die for him, deacon. He wanted you to jump in front of a bullet for him. Right? If you jumping in to something that got physical and it's a one-on-one, right? You jumping into a one-on-one and now somebody else like, hold on, man, you ain't finna jump my partner and start busting on you. Hey, that's your fault. If that's how it happened, then that's your fault. You jumped into a one-on-one trying to jump somebody, right?
He's talking about him sitting there when two men are having a conversation. A nigga literally tried to kill me. And you vanished. Don't nobody know where you went when that happened. Right? A nigga that I took in. A nigga that nobody wanted but me. I watched everybody in his life leave him and turn their back on him, and I didn't.
All right. Now, if it ain't because Gorilla Hebrew is a talebearer, and it's just like Hassad and Deacon is saying, everything is all love, man. I still love those brothers. Ain't nothing wrong, man. There's no disagreement in doctrine. Hey, yo, I feel Gorilla Hebrew's pain. Like what? You could have just stayed up over here, man. You know, we built this together, you know? This is Gorilla Hebrew's pain. Psalms 55, verse 12. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have bore it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me. Then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man, my equal, my guide, and my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked unto the house of God in company.
And you know what he did when we had a council? Prevent him even hung the phone up.
Oh, man. So if it's all love, like you saying, and you love your brothers, ain't nothing wrong. Then when your brothers had counsel to keep the brotherhood, why did you hang the phone up if it's all love? See?
This nigga got the nerve to get on the internet and play these games with y'all? So that's why I had to be quiet about this. Because I don't want to hurt this shit even more. I know y'all were hurt. The breakup in and of itself.
All right, look, check this out, Gorilla Hebrew. I know you started Sicarii and you helped Deacon out, and it wouldn't be no Genesis if it wasn't for no Sicarii, you know, and you organized it and all of that, you know. But look, check this out, though. Real talk. You need a deacon. You need a deacon. Deacon was Gorilla Hebrew's way into the Hebrew Israelite community. Deacon was Gorilla Hebrew's way into the Hebrew Israelite community because just starting out, we wasn't going to hear you, just you alone, because you look like an Arab, you know, a Latino at best, and you trying to relate to us, you know, we wouldn't have heard you if Deacon wasn't there on your side, man, you know. And you really ain't supposed to be teaching anyway. You know, you're not a priest of the Most High God, right? If you want to go by the law, and that's what the Hebrew Israelites do. We go by the law, right? And you want to condemn others by the so-called Old Testament. The Old Testament condemns you too. You can't overlook that, right? So let's go to the law, because Gorilla Hebrew, his mother is an Edomite, a so-called white woman. So let's see what it says when we have children with Edomites. This is what it says right here in Deuteronomy 23, verse 7. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou was a stranger in his land. The children that are begotten of them, that's Gorilla Hebrew, shall enter into the congregation of Yahweh in their third generation. So Gorilla Hebrew is not allowed into the congregation of Yahweh. Yes, he needed deacon. You're not allowed into the congregation of Yahweh. We wouldn't have heard you without the deacon right aside of you. Your grandchildren are allowed into the congregation of Yahweh. And we're going to leave it off just like that. And we're giving all praises to the Most High God, Yahweh God.